Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the weekly show with Aditya, India's number one podcast, with India's number one host, Aditya. Coming to you live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. In association with Dusra.net, the number one website in sports, education, and entertainment. This is episode 49, and we are just one episode away from the golden jubilee of the weekly show with Aditya. I am your award winning host, Aditya. It's the 25th of March 2019. The time by the studio clock is 10:25 am. All eyes and ears are on the Indian T20 League and how it will affect the World Cup chances of different teams. Cricket takes the chunk of the pie not because of the entertainment and the skill provided by the players, but the one factor called money. Cricket is also mimicking other sports when we are inventing jargons like red ball, white ball, finger spinners, leg spinners. There is too much technicality in conversations, and the individuals who listen tend to distance themselves away from such conversations. The solution to all this is to put your television on mute and watch the match as one should watch it. Cricket is a simple game of bat and ball. You hit the ball or the baller will get you out. That's how simple it is supposed to be. The result notwithstanding, the individual wants to watch a good match, whether be it in the stadium or at home through the medium of TV or some other digital medium. It's a game of chess. The bowler will do everything to get the batter out, and the batter will do everything to make runs. It's a win win situation for both these individuals. For example, if the batsman hits a shot, the same shot can go into the crowd for a six or it can go into the fielder's hands. So it is a bit of skill and a bit of luck. Over analyzing things doesn't help anything or anyone. So we need to stay away from such technicalities as much as possible because one wants to enjoy a good game of sports and not get bothered by such frivolous technicalities. If the batting team is able to chase the score, appreciate the team but do not discount the other team for making an effort. Similarly, if a team is not able to chase a certain amount of runs, well, then do not dissuade that team and say that they tried their best but the other team's plans worked better. In my previous episode, I talked about the Sultan Azlan Shah Cup and how it will impact India's chances in the Olympics. Call it coincidence or bit of bad timing, but this hockey tournament, which is being organized on the same date as the Indian T20 League, has already suffered. The main broadcaster has decided not to telecast the India matches of this hockey tournament, and every channel of that broadcaster is now being swept with the Indian T20 League, much to the fact that when the matches are not happening, all they are doing is showing the highlight package, which, to be frank, no one is interested in. India defeated Japan 2-0 and drew with Korea 1-all, and now they have three more strong teams to contend with, especially Malaysia, who cannot be taken lightly, because every time we tend to take Malaysia lightly, they always have a surprise on their hands. With a win and a draw in their kitty, all India has to do is win two out of the next three matches and they will proceed to the knockout stages of the tournament. But if they lose to Malaysia, then Poland and Canada will not be easy teams to contend with. It is a great opportunity for some of the players to show that they are no longer fringe and they should be considered, looking at how we have some important tournaments just prior to the Olympics. The constant rhetoric surrounding whether smartphones and digital media is addictive seems to go on, and this debate doesn't come to an end. The whole debate is paradoxical. On one hand, we say that we need digital detox. On the other, we continuously talk about AI and how this entity called AI helps us in making our life easy. It is the question of to be or not to be. It has its pros and cons, and in this situation, the cons weigh higher than the pros. We are already on the back foot when we call that communication device smartphone or smart TV or smart non-living entity, indicating that the living and breathing entities called humans and plants are no longer smart, though the definition of smart has now been relegated to something which does not exist. The whole debate on environment, cutting of trees, means that if you use a hard copy for anything, people will look at you as if you are wasting paper. With things becoming so complicated, it is difficult to balance things. If we want to be away from smartphones, then start using landlines. Start sending people letters, handwritten letters. But will people trust you with their addresses if you send them letters? Won't that be breach of privacy? Well, that wasn't the case about 3 decades ago. So it is all about how we perceive things. Let's just use the phone what it was meant for: calling and messaging. Yes, SMS is the incorrect word. The correct word is text messaging. When you are at home or office, call people using landline phones. Only when you are out of your home and you have no access to a public telephone booth, then use your mobile phones. Why are we so myopic when it comes to the definition of technology? Are mobile phones and apps the only technology that we have ever seen in this world? Addiction to a thing is relative. On one hand, we talk how these apps or applications affect us personally and professionally, and then we have apps to conquer exam stress. How does one react to this? First of all, there is no examination stress, and even if there is stress, there are other ways to wipe out stress. For example, do a crossword puzzle. It keeps your vocabulary updated. Play Scrabble or chess. This will keep your mind off if there is even a semblance of stress in an individual for any reason. Read books other than your examination books. Eventually, stress is a myth but has been created to help some businesses thrive. So, if you want to be a part of my show, please send your valuable suggestions and send your recordings on topics ranging from sports, education, and entertainment on the email ID Aditya the writer at gmail.com. That is Aditya, the writer at gmail.com. Thank you for listening to this episode. Please like and subscribe to my Facebook page and YouTube channel and stay tuned for the next episode.